It's my great pleasure to introduce Professor Prem Kumar Kalra, Director IIT Rajasthan. He has served several years as professor and head of the Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Kanpur. He obtained bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Dayalbagh in 1978, MTech from IIT Kanpur in 1982, and PhD in electrical engineering from University of Manitoba in 1987. He has been visiting faculty to several reputed universities, including University of Washington, Montana State University, University of Manitoba, and Dayalbagh Educational Institute. He has served IIT Kanpur in various capacities for almost 20 years, including Dean, Resource Planning, and Generation. He is a member of Academic Council of several reputed research institutions, such as National Brain Research Center, Gurgaon, Delhi University, and DEI. He is a member of several professional societies. He has won several awards and recognitions, including Tata Rao Gold Medal for the years 2000. He has recently been awarded the the Distinguished Alumni Award of Dayalbagh Educational Institute. He has authored over 80 referred journals, papers, and 5 books, and supervised over 15 PhD. His research areas are power systems, expert systems, computational neuroscience. He is a pioneer in the field of distance education in India and is a member of the Apex Committee of MHRD, National Mission on Education through ICT. He is also the President of the System Society of India. I welcome Professor Prem Kalra for his talk.
Today's presentation is a summary of that, what we discussed and how we would like to proceed. The key here is what kind of innovation and creativity can be brought in today's technical education. I am here among the distinguished people and people from Waterloo, quite a large number. And 1954, their present President Johnston wrote a paper on engineering science, which had become a reference paper for all IITs which came in 1960s onwards. Now let's see, after 50 years, what changes can we make so that the technical education of India can see or reach to a different level. So this is a presentation. Please, next slide. The challenge of 21st century are inclusive and sustainable development, global thinking and approach, building capacity, capability, and competitiveness. In 60s, we were not in global world. Today, we have to compete with the best of best. So how do we do that? Next slide. Expectations from us are all-round development. Today, India lacked, especially on Indian soil, the culture of entrepreneurship. If you go to California, majority of Indians are there, like number of entrepreneurs, if you take the ratio, the large number of Indian students have become entrepreneurs. Why they are not being able to become entrepreneurs here in India? That was a challenge which we need to address. People have to become global professional. The education has to be interdisciplinary. And if somebody is interested, at the end of the presentation, I have a slide defining what interdisciplinary means. But I leave it here. And then you have to have a sustainable education model like IITs. At least it should sustain itself for 50 years. Keeping these things as constraints, we started working on it. And we found out what should be the characteristics of the engineering graduate: foundation, breadth, depth, leadership, design curiosity, communication skills, social skills, and global viewpoint. Present IIT systems do not emphasize on design. They do not emphasize that much on leadership, social skills, and global views. So how can we bring them in the undergraduate education? A similar presentation I made last month in the System of Systems workshop, Indo-US workshop at IIT Kanpur. We had people like Professor Mo Jamshidi, who is well known in systems engineering. They were quite appreciative of presentation, but at a dining table, they said, can we really implement what Professor Kalra is thinking? So that threw me another challenge, whether we can really do it or not. So next slide, please. Some of the factors compel a fresh look today at education model: the growing complexity, interdisciplinary foundation of engineering systems, rapidly emerging new technology, globalization as a principal driving force and change, convergence of biology and engineering, declining financial support for state colleges, universities, and prospective student interests that go beyond traditional roles, boundaries, and engineering discipline. I'd like to add some new facts. I did a survey of a last batch in May after just taking over as a director, talked to an electrical engineering batch which was graduating from our department. And I said, what changes would you like to make in your education? And the response was that we don't get enough challenges when we study. The presence of student in class is drastically reducing, and day by day, people don't want to come to classes. Why should we change the curriculum? That question is still being asked by IIT and IIT professors, because they believe that we are the best. And that reminds me a quotation: overemphasis on analysis, as I already talked, very little experience and hand-on experience. One of the feedback of graduating batch was, our labs are very boring. We finish lab practically in 1.5 hours. The duration which is given to us is about 3 hours. Not only this, the experiments don't change over a period of 20, 30 years. They have a local intranet website, DC++. All the reports are available on that. They can download and submit them without actually conducting the experiments. Like, this is the ground realities at what we see. And one more thing came to my notice last year, that a lot of people from America and Canada are offloading their home assignment to IIT students at India. And they're doing those assignments and they're earning money for that. So things are changing, and they're really changing drastically. So how do we actually take care of this? They said very little exposure to technology in labs. Next slide, please. These are our initial conditions. India is full of coaching, and especially JEE coachings. What do? They actually make you expert in problem solving in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. These kids know how to survive under pressure. They can do really well. They have a good grasp of problem solving skill, excellent potential, rarely tapped. The shortcomings are poor language skills, limited knowledge of society and technology and their interrelationship, little focus on original thinking and creativity. Next slide. What we want at the end of the day when people go through 4 years program at IIT Rajasthan, habit of excellence, ability to understand global picture, multidimensional thinking process, ability to provide practical solutions, good interpersonal skills, good understanding of societal needs, sensitivity to environment and other issues, and so on. So now I will actually start, how do we develop this? First decision we took as IIT Rajasthan, that no faculty member will belong to any department. They will be the part of the institute. So when we send them the appointment letter, we just say you are appointed at IIT Rajasthan. So there are no walls created. So that is a change which we brought in. We would like to do actually PhD program through Center of Excellence, very different than the model of IIT Delhi, because people give examples, the center model in IIT Delhi did not succeed that well. Here the faculty member is free to associate with any center of excellence depending upon the needs and the time and the area of specialization he or she wants to work. Secondly, these center of excellence will have a very strong interaction with industry. Now, a lot of people will ask me question that this has not happened earlier, how do we do that? We are fortunate to do so, that like for IIT Delhi, Britain government was the partner, for IIT Kanpur, US government was partner, our partners are French. and they have proven over a period of time that their curriculum are very strong in terms of institute-industry interaction. And that has happened over a period of time. We would like to give a flexibility and freedom. And why I am saying it so? Because still we have certain constraints which are beyond the control of IIT Rajasthan. JEE will give them branches. Like you join computer science joint entrance exam, you join mechanical engineering, you join electrical engineering. How do we still come out of this after they join us? So reason is that we want to make these walls as porous as possible, creates as many holes you want to create, so ultimately people can see each other well. So we even can give a degree on super specialization, degree with minor, degree with entrepreneurship, and the ultimate goal of education at IIT Rajasthan will be the cross product and dot product will be 0. What it means, mathematical interpretation, that people who come to IIT, they are very bright people. Almost 30 to 40% people are not interested to do engineering. Can we still utilize their potential and let them do well in whatever they want to do well? So it is good to have an electrical engineer getting a minor in international relations. There's no harm in doing that. So that is what I call that they will be orthogonal. That means the dot product will be 0. But there are people who are interested in engineering and they want to super specialize them or wants to get a minor with electrical engineering and computer science, we should permit to do so. So that will be called as cross product equal to 0. So that's what I meant, education having either a cross product or dot product equals to 0. So we provide a full flexibility and freedom to students. And this model, partly we took over from, there is a university in Boston called Olin. They hired 30 students in first batch. I think their first batch is going to graduate now. And they said, you all will be paid for education. And they said, why? They said the curriculum has to be built by students, not by faculty members. And this exercise we have already started. We would like to know, because there are generational gaps, the expectations are different. Today, there is a peer-to-peer learning rather than teacher-to-student learning. So how do we account for all this? So we have already given this task to our students by December, and you come out with what you would like to study. And this Olin University curriculum has been now replicated by MIT and Urbana-Champaign. Olin is acting as a consultant to some of the big universities to create their undergraduate program. And they have a very strict rule for graduating. Until unless you don't open a company, you don't get a graduating degree. Everybody has to become an entrepreneur. And that is a motivation, but we can't do that here. So part of entrepreneurship which is coming in this model has been borrowed from Olin. Next slide, please. These are very standard way of actually exposing people for courses, laboratories, library, exposure to industry, national, international exposure. But what we bring it new here. This is what you see is the old IIT model. Humanities, social science, science, engineering science, technical art, professional courses. What we add in addition to this. Systems approach, basically biology, society and design will become a compulsory course for all undergraduates. The reason is, recently in Stanford, Schaeffer has written a book on signal processing, first signal processing, which that means that signal processing for all. There is a professor in Princeton, he believes that the communication should be taught at first year level, and they have started teaching in first year level communication, because everybody uses communication technology and so on. So communication and signal processing have already become a compulsory courses for all branches of engineering in first year in Princeton and Stanford. At the same time, we like to bring in research methodology, technical communication, soft skills and entrepreneurship. The challenge is, which is here we are already overloading students, how do we bring these things in as a part of curriculum? Because if you go to talk to students, they say we are already overloaded. So now the challenge is, we are talking here more things to get added. How do we do that? We will offer them the summer and winter courses. Right now, IIT graduates have a very weak program in summer and winter vacations. They practically get 3 months of summer vacation, in which either they will become a backend for writing a Java code or a C++ code in some foreign country. Now, can we offer them courses which will make difference to their life? And if that difference happens, what do they get in addition? What we are planning by offering these modular courses in some summer and winter, and I'll tell you which courses are in summer here and which courses are in winter, they will get 1 semester and 1 summer off. They can do whatever they like. But then they have matured to a level, if they want to go to any best university around the world, get credit. If somebody wants to specialize in music, we have no issue on that. If somebody wants to go and specializes, very, very specialized in neuroinformatics, we have no issue on that. But presently, we have no slot for our student to become really a global student. So what we are suggesting here is that the 1 semester and 1 summer, practically about 8 months, are available to these students to do what they can do the best and follow their interest. Now, there was issues and there was controversies which were picked up. Like this course, IIT Kanpur started for a full semester course. We had to close it down almost after 2 or 3 years because people were getting bored. Faculty members were not interested to teach because people will not come to the class. The student argument was that we can teach, basically we can learn communication during classes. And that model, which present DI follows of group discussion and seminars, will be adopted here because that feedback has come from IIT students. That teach us communication during coursework. Don't teach us as a separate course. And then what is left is this winter course about 2 weeks in which you can fine tune them and tell them the nitty gritty of technical communication. You don't need more than 2 weeks to do that. At the same time, this law and IPR, entrepreneurship, finance, all are interrelated, would be offered during summer vacation, which will be about 10 weeks, the standard courses what we offer in IIT. But presently the IIT system offer courses as a remedial courses. If somebody has failed, they can do some extra courses and so on. So we said no. Those, in addition to those courses, we'll offer these courses in summer, provided you get credits for it, and if you get credit for it, you get 1 semester off. So they have an incentive to stay back at least in 1 or 2 summers to do extra courses and get a semester off. Next slide, please. What we are going to do here in laboratories is that every year all batches have to put together, design at least 2 new experiments for the next batch to come in, so that on a regular basis new experiments get added to the laboratory. We are not repeating the same set of experiments year after year after, and so it serves the second purpose. They will learn how to design experiments. They will learn how to integrate systems. So that aspect actually will be taken care here. Next slide. Now, there is already a French industries have come forward that they would like our student to spend time with them. But it is our decision to decide what is the right time and when they should spend that time. So that is not a problem, but what do they learn? The focus for them to learn from industry should be a product cycle, schedules and deliverables, man management, economy, energy and efficiency, and dignity of labor, not to go there and write a Java code and C++ code. So we have to make sure that they learn these qualities, please. Now, this is for a global interaction, as I said, 1 semester or 2 summers or 1 summer. Payoff is you get exposure to state-of-the-art labs, inculcate work culture and ethics. At the same time, you get an international exposure to a different culture. And we also planning to introduce language, not only English, Sanskrit, Hindi, and any other foreign language as the part of IIT Rajasthan. People will be free to pick up the languages which are important for them to learn. Next slide, please. Now, is every student at IIT interested in becoming engineer? Answer is no, which I have already given. Should they have option to choose branches program after they join rather than at the time of joining? This is a big debate which is right now going on. After a JEE exam, should we tell them to just join engineering program and take a decision maybe after a year or 2 or 3 semesters that in which branch they are interested in? If they are not interested in electrical engineering, why should they join electrical engineering? Why we are coming and why we are offering this is, today there is a division among the student community based on JEE rank. Like if somebody is entered in computer science, he or she automatically, whether feels superior or not, but rest of the community start treating them as superior and creates divide among student community. So people should follow what they are interested in. People should not be imposed on branches because they have a certain standing in the JEE exam. So that is the area which we are trying. And recent report on academic review from IIT Kanpur which has come have suggested that engineering science should be one of the branches. That helps us actually in implementing systems approach, so that after engineering science, people can actually take courses and do specialization the way they would like to do it. If that gets accepted by JEE to offer as one of the branches, hopefully we'll be only opting for that branch, so that people do specialization after that. Next slide, please. This is very important. I was told only about a month back, and I like if anybody can guess how many undergraduates are graduating next year, if there is any guess. We'll have 950,000 undergraduate available to you next year. We have so many engineering colleges, and in past IITs have failed to produce a good postgraduate program. If we cannot produce good postgraduate program for our student, at least we should provide a good postgraduate program for these 950,000 students. At least some of them who are brighter would come and follow that. How do we do that? Here also we have used a systems approach. All the students who join master's program have to go through these courses. There are mathematical methods, engineering systems, design and fabrication, computational skills, laboratory 1 and laboratory 2. The reason is the laboratory exposure to these 950,000 students is not that great. But if we want to utilize them fully, we need to tell them the skills, how to do experiments in lab. So that is the objective, and this program will be very different than the existing master's program at IIT system. Next slide. And they will also have summer courses like research methodology, winter course, about 3 weeks, design of experiments, data analysis. If you want them to do a good research work or want them to do a good thesis, then they need to get exposed to this. Some of these ideas have been picked up from DI system. And we'll have summer courses. This thing becomes very central to Rajasthan, because Rajasthan is a hub for art, culture and heritage. We would like to develop, and there's a lot of engineering work which is being done by Italian people, and we are going to have an Italian collaboration. I've already met their ambassador for art, heritage and culture restoration using engineering skills. That is the focus area which we would like them to come. These are standard international programs, so I will not go through that. Now, this is what I like to discuss, how our PhD program will be different. Here PhD program has been driven by certain success models at IIT Kanpur and other places. We will have center of excellence. I will give you more details on this. They will be sector based programs, because IIT system by and large has done well for undergraduate education, but we have done very little for our own nation. So we need to address problems of our own country in different sectors, and that would actually be coming here. So I will now take you a little bit in greater detail what the center of excellence would be. The center of excellence will have infrastructure, energy will be the major focus. Only 10 days back, we got an information that Jodhpur will be the site, basically city for IIT Rajasthan, and it is called Sun City. And I am already in touch with the people. We would like to have solar based generating station on campus, so that we can actually utilize the sun exposure to Jodhpur. At the same time, Jaisalmer and the part of Jodhpur and Jaisalmer, there are a lot of, Suzlon has already come and they are putting their wind energy plants. So we would like to exploit that part here. The other issue which becomes critical to Rajasthan is water. I was told when I visited this on 25th October Jodhpur that the residents of Jodhpur get water alternate day. Basically, you get water once in 2 days. So water is a major crisis, even though Indira Gandhi Canal, which is coming from Bhakra Nangal Dam to Jodhpur and going through the Rajasthan, is already supplying of water. So the technologies related and research related with water will be very critical for this IIT. Anyway, we will be working on new models of education, because it's important. As technologies are changing, needs of society are changing, the education model should also change. The other area which we want to work is a sustainable development. I think most of these things are defined here. The climate change is going to play a major role, because negotiations are on. You don't know what kind of constraints will be put on Indian industries, so you need to find local solutions for them. Next slide. Previous. We would like to have a center of engineering systems. And this reminds me, when I talked to Boeing people to set up a systems engineering program with us jointly, they said, no, we will set up at a postgraduate level. I said, no, I want at undergraduate level. And they have reservations about undergraduate level. But anyway, we will go ahead with the engineering systems center here, which will deal with automobiles, which is, India is becoming a hub of R&D. I think all major automobile maker R&D center is in India. I think there is a need to interact with them. French people are the best in railways, and we should take the advantage of that. Their TVGs are very famous. Their space program is also equally good, and the purpose here is to set up an entrepreneurship innovation center on campus, so that our graduating students, my estimate is at the end of my 5-year term, I should be able to achieve 30% of students of IIT Rajasthan must become entrepreneurs. That's a statement I made in front of Minister Professor Datta Roy was present that day, and this will be my actually challenge. How do we do that? The second aspect is we want to cover all aspects of design. So we need a design focus center, because today this is the weakest link in the education system. Like very rarely, even in US institutions or Canadian institutions or European institutions, their number is very small of the institutions who are focusing on design and all aspects of design. Next slide, please. ICT in health. This will cover all kinds of things. We are in touch with Professor Day at All India Institute of Medical Science to set up this center, and There's the biggest hospital in Paris, I don't remember the name, I'm very poor at pronouncing French names, I have to learn that very quickly. They have become a partner in this. In basic sciences, we will be following quantum and nanocomputing, string theory, music and mathematics, which is emerging as a new area for the engineers to explore with technology, biological sciences. In this, actually, to be very specific, there will be chemical biology, which we will be following up. I think I'll next go to the next time. I think time is all. Yeah, next slide. This will be the summary of what we are planning. Mantra is interdisciplinary sustainable engineering education development. The center of excellence will be energy, infrastructure, engineering entrepreneurship, undergraduate program, plenty of focus on undergraduate different types of projects. PG Masters program, which we are planning to start in 2011, but our PhD program will start in July 2010. If you have to sustain good faculty members with the system, they immediately need that their research should start. So PhD program in 2010, Masters program in 2011, and the focus here for PhD will be industry-based problems through the Center of Excellence. The foundations will be learning methods through coursework, project work, labs, stress on synthesis of concepts, teamwork, and academic framework will be schools instead of departments. Like, we are now giving a second thought whether do we need schools or should we leave it as it is. Like, that debate has to go on. Like, let people, you know, join hands, create a critical mass on need basis. French collaboration, which will actually help us in developing infrastructure and industry interaction. Thank you very much. I invite questions and clarification.
Thank you, Professor Kalra, for sharing the academic plan of IIT Rajasthan. It's good to see that new IITs are taking cognizance of the deficiencies of the older IITs, and we wish you all the best. I now open the floor for questions.
IIT Delhi introduced it when the undergraduate curriculum review took place. Datta Roy was a member, and it was very successful in IIT Delhi. As far as MTech programs are concerned, 40 years ago, we introduced the MTech program in production of man-made fibers, which in a way revolutionized the fiber production industry in India by sending our students there and introducing technology in an otherwise very old-fashioned industry. So these 2 points I wanted to make, that IITs have not done too badly in the past, and I think there is a wealth of information and knowledge if you dig into the records of IITs.
I think let me clarify my position. When I said that existing IITs have not done this, I didn't mean to criticize them. I was looking more from a viewpoint what new things can be done, which has not been explored by the existing IITs. So that's what I meant in spirit, actually. Because I know IIT's models have been very successful. A lot of students have done well, faculty members have done well. So I didn't mean to actually, you know, criticize in that sense.
It's a huge paradigm shift that I find, that the IITs without, the new IITs, without any infrastructure, without any faculty, how they have started first applying their mind to opening up for PhD programs, and just the reverse that they're doing. That's one thing which bewilders me, whether the advertisement for Patna or your place or any other place. It's just a total paradigm shift.
Okay.
That is,
I think I can answer that question.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The other point is that this debate between the centers, schools, and this, I think you have to change the name of the institute, because Indian Institute of Technology. Okay. If you say something else, then maybe technology and engineering focus might not be there. So I think when you have stressed on this technological focus, perhaps it is because the caption is IIT. If it was something else, then it could be different. Thank you.
Okay, I'll actually give you the reply in a lighter vein, this second question. At times you have to resign to your fate. If government has called IIT, I can't change it. But I can change what we offer in that system. And as far as the PhD program is concerned, this question was asked by a lot of other people, that without infrastructure, without facilities, without labs, how would you start? And let me give you actually two answers of the same question. The similar question was asked to Kapil Sibal in a workshop held at IIT Delhi, and a lot of IIT faculty were up in arms why so many IITs have opened without faculty members, without infrastructure and so on. So his answer was, and which I like personally, that the growth which happened in India 9%, 10% in the last few years or a decade, that kind of money with government was not available earlier. Even though they wished to open IITs every 5 years or 10 years new, they didn't have enough money to support that. Today, there is no constraint of money as far as IIT system is concerned. Like, you ask for money and it is available. Now, we already, as the Indo-French partners, if you remember when IIT and IIT Kanpur, Delhi, these started, we hired a lot of faculty members which had master's degree, and they were sent to Britain to do PhDs. They were also sent to US to do PhDs. The purpose there was to hire the brightest people who have inclination to teach and to do research. And the similar model is being used here for PhD program. I think Mr. Sarkozy, the President of France, is coming to sign this MOU along with his political visit here, that for first 2 years, the 20 top institutes of France will provide us infrastructure for all PhD students. So I don't think there is an issue of infrastructure, and in next 2 to 3 years, since the money is available to us, we should be able to build the infrastructure. Thank you very much.